Hello MRH, this is a quick video to show you how to run our new account balance report. First thing you'll want to do is launch Firefox, and hopefully you have Alio Intelligence bookmarked. If not, you'll need to find that link and then navigate to Alio Intelligence to get yourself to the login page. So here is my login page. I'll click log on. First thing you'll want to do once you've logged in is to click on Documents. Then if you look down at the bottom of this left column, you'll see this bar here that says Folders. Click that. And then now you're in the public folder. So these are folders that we can share files back and forth. So double click the MRH folder, then the MRH custom folder, inside of which you will see the folder Budget Reports. So that is what we are looking for. Inside you will see two reports currently, the Account Balance Report, which is the one we'll focus on today. The Budget Development Report is also in there, and that's the one that you will use when you're developing your fiscal year 20 budget. But for now, let's focus on the Account Balance Report. Double click this. And when you open this report, the first thing that will happen is it will refresh with current data. So sometimes this takes a few seconds. And here we go. Now I have access to all of the accounts, so yours probably won't be this long. If you happen to be one of those people that manages a lot of accounts like curriculum and buildings and grounds, you'll want to come over here to the left and filter this down a little bit to make the accounts you're looking at a little bit more manageable. Most of you won't have to do this, however. So for the purposes of this video, I will choose Technology. That's a manageable list of accounts. So the first thing that you'll notice is over here on the budget balance is in red, you will see any accounts that are negative or overdrawn on the budget. So these are the things that we'll want to address first. But before we do, let me show you how this report is put together. From left to right, you'll see the account number. That's pretty self-explanatory, as is the account description. Then the next column you'll see is original budget. Now, original budget is how the budget was loaded at the beginning of the fiscal year, which was July 1st. If we've made any budget adjustments since that time, any of those transfers, you will see it in the budget adjustment column. So for instance, high school tech supplies, we have increased that budget from $62,040. We've increased it $2,156, and now the budget is sitting at $64,196. Now that happens to be overdrawn a little bit by $1,015.22. And that's something that we can take care of in another video. But for now, I just need you to understand how the math works. Original budget plus or minus the budget adjustment column equals the current budget. And you'll see down here that we decreased the tech dues and subscriptions budget by $6,500. So you see we started at $175,000 and now it's been decreased to $168,700. Okay? So that is the current budget column. Open requisitions. Now, one of the problems that we've had in the past is getting a report out of Alio that gives us an accurate account balance, and that's because of the requisitions. If there are any requisitions that are in process that have not yet become purchase orders, you will see them in this column. Once they become purchase orders, the numbers in this column leave and move over into this column. So let's say that I had a $1,000 requisition that was somewhere in the approval process, and it's been approved, and now we're waiting for accounts payable to process that and convert it to a purchase order. Once everybody's approved that requisition, the dollar amount for that requisition will appear in this column. Okay? Once that requisition has been processed by accounts payable and converted into a purchase order, it will show up in this column. Then, once that purchase order is paid, the check is cut, it will show up in the payments column. And you'll see that on the payments column, everything is in brackets, which means, parentheses, which means a reduction. And then over here in the budget balance, we're hoping that you see positive numbers, but if you see a negative number, that means we need to do a budget transfer to fix that. So, enter requisition, and once they're approved, you'll see the dollar amount here. Then, once it becomes a purchase order, it will leave this column and move into the open purchase order column. And then, once it's paid or become a check, then it will leave this column and move over into this column. So using these accounts as examples, you'll see that I have open purchase orders in my tech repair service and tech equipment account. You can also see that I have $1,400 in payments that have been made. And of my original $5,000 of budget, there is $2,180 remaining. Okay, that's really all there is to this report. We're asking that you do run this report prior to entering any of your requisitions so that you can see what your budget balance is before you start. That way we can hopefully alleviate some of the problems that we've been having on the processing end, which is where we have to chase you down and make sure that you've entered in budget transfers to correct. So this is hopefully going to solve some of that problem. I hope you found this helpful. As always, if you have any questions, please contact me or anyone in the Business Services office. We'd be glad to help.